Hey, welcome back, yogis. Thanks for joining me today. Today we are doing a practice on letting go. So if there's anything that you still need to let go from past year or any time really of the year when you find this practice, this is for you. We are going to do a stretch for the element of the metal. According to Chinese medicine, this is the element that will help us to let go if it's strong and if it's nourished. This means we're going to work on the correlating meridian lines of the organs which are associated with that element, which are the large intestine and the lungs. So both of these run on the arms. The lungs run on the inner arm and the large intestine on the outer arm. So we are going to stretch the arms, and we are going also to do a nice meditation on the second half of this short session. So I would love for you to start lying down on your back. And you can put a blanket on top of your mat if you want a little bit more padding for your spine. And we are going to begin with just a couple of breaths. So take your hands to your belly and a nice and soft inhale through the nose, filling up the lungs, and just notice how your lungs feel today. And then exhale it out through the mouth. Again, inhale. And soft breath out through the mouth. Okay, and then let's start with stretching our arms. So the upper arm is going to stretch the inside of the upper arm. We're going to take that arm up and underneath the head, between the shoulder blades more or less, okay? So wherever you can, somewhere around here. It's not that strict, just see if you can find a stretch in the upper arm, upper inner arm. And the opposite arm is gonna go flat down, hand facing down, underneath the spine. And I'm going to show you this in a moment seated, just so you can see what you're supposed to look like lying down. So it's gonna be something like this, okay? So this is, you don't have to touch your fingertips, actually just leave the arms apart. Maybe your elbow is going to be higher, maybe it's a little bit more to the side, whatever it works for your body. You're just going to be lying on this, okay? All right, so we're going to lie on this. And then the legs, you can either keep the knees together like this, or you can stretch out the legs, or you can bring the soles of the feet together into butterfly. And I like to bring my elbow up a little bit more towards the center and rest my head on top of my right arm, of my arm, or my upper arm. And just find a nice easy breath. So in Chinese medicine, the large intestines, not only in Chinese medicine, actually, in any medicine, in anatomy, the large intestine is responsible of releasing waste from our body, letting go of waste material. So very much metaphoric for the emotional tasks of this organ. As you know, in Chinese medicine, all the organs not only have like a physical tasks to do and work, but it also, every organ is associated with certain emotions, mental patterns, and I love to explore all of these topics during my classes. So I'm gonna be telling you in each video that we do, yin yoga video that we do, I'm gonna always tell you a little bit about this. And then you will also find, of course, resources on my website that will go a little bit deeper if you're interested. But for now, just know that we are stimulating, strengthening our lungs, our large intestine. And not only on a physical level, as it's going to be easier, digestion is going to be easier, or letting go, it's going to be easier, but also mentally you should feel like you are able to let go a little bit better. Or whatever it is, if it's emotional stuff that you're carrying, or if you're finding it hard to let go of stuff, like things. And we all know we need to let go of the old to make space for the new. And the lungs, which is the meridian in the upper arm that you can feel right now, the inner arm. The lungs are very much responsible of when they are out of balance, of an emotion of grief, of sadness, which also has to do with holding on. We cannot accept the current state or how things are. We might become sad, we're holding on to someone we've lost, maybe we are grieving. And so this is a healthy emotion, it has to be there, but we have to be also able to let go of that and continue living our life, even if we've lost something dear to our heart, whether it's a thing or a person or a pet. So you see, there is lots and lots and lots of support that we can receive from healthy, strong organs if we wanna and believe in Chinese medicine. So by now, I think you're probably screaming to let go of the pose, trying to distract you here with all these stories, but let go of the arms now and just take a few circles with the wrists. You can bring the knees up as well. And then just bring the knees into the chest, rock a little bit from side to side. And we are going to, in a moment, get into the second side. Okay, are you ready? Let's put the feet down. Now, other arm up, underneath the head, hand, slide it between the shoulder blades if you can, or underneath, closer to the right shoulder blade, wherever you can, wherever is comfortable for you. And then roll a little bit to the side, take that other arm under, and lie back on top of this construction. Okay, and then if you want, you can again take the butterfly pose, or just keep the knees together, up in the air like this, one knee against the other knee, or open up or straighten the legs just out in front of you. And there, we're just gonna find a nice, steady breath. And if you find yourself wanting to yawn like I just did, or doing a sigh, any kind of movement or any kind of sound that your body even wants to do, just follow the guidance, don't hold anything back. See that you can relax your face here, relax the eyebrows, the forehead, relax the jaws, the mouth. Breath flowing gently in and out through the nose. And we are preparing the grounds for our meditation that we're going to take later. Preparing ourselves for really letting go of whatever is holding us back. Whether it's physically, whether it's mentally, whether it's emotionally. And let's just stay here in stillness for another few moments. Just breathing, relaxing. Just let the pose work on you. All you have to do is soften. Okay, let's take the last couple of breaths. Great. And then let's release that upper arm, bring the knees together and release the lower arm, and just take a few gentle movements with your wrists. Giving yourself a nice little stretch. And when you feel ready, roll over to one side and make your way up. So we are going to continue with another stretch for the lungs. And it's going to be Anahata Asana or Puppy Pose, the heart melting pose. And so we are going to come into all fours and step the step the hands a big step forward. And then let the heart melt down towards the ground. And the goal here is to stretch the arms and a little bit into the front body. You can rest the elbows on your mat. And the important thing is that you don't have to use any kind of strength in your thighs to maintain the pose. So how to do that, you may ask, and how to do it is that you have your hips right above the knees. You can just check yourself like I'm doing here. Looking good. And once you're here, try to guide your breath 360 degrees into all directions of the rib cage. So spread the ribs out to the left and to the right. Spread the ribs up towards the sky with your breath, with your inhale, and expand them down towards the ground as well. So big, huge breaths into the ribs. If this gets too overwhelming for you, you can always just slide the hips back to your heels and come into child's pose. But if you are fine here, if you're comfortable, then just stay for another few breaths. Relax the head. And then let's take all the way back, the hips all the way back towards the heels. And the arms go back as well, just to rest. Deep breath. Melt the shoulders, relax the head. And then we are going to take the hands back forward. Onto the hands we go, hands and knees, for a little bit of cat and cow. Exhaling to round your back. And inhaling to arch the back. And then you can also do some circular movements. And reverse the direction. the hip circles. Awesome. And then let's go back into child's pose, but this time we're going to do, again, a stretch for our outer arms, okay? So you go down into child's pose, take a wide knee child's pose, go back, and then take the left arm, slide it underneath the right armpit, like this, okay? Hand is facing up. The other arm can either go forward, or you can use it as a pillow for your head. You can also use a regular pillow for your head and just let the arm be here. So just find something comfortable. Just know that our goal here is to stretch the outer arm. However you achieve that in child's pose, main goal is that you stretch that outer arm and that your head and neck are comfortable, okay? So let's take that pose. Just trying to figure out myself how I will be comfortable today, but also because I have a microphone here that I need to speak to, and I want you to be able to hear me well. So, and I think I found my place now. So let's allow that weight of the body on the outer arm creates that pressure, that massage, but also in the same time the stretch to help us really stimulate that large intestine meridian. The large intestine and lungs are associated with the season of the autumn. And autumn is all about letting go, nature letting go of its green leaves, fruit being harvested, nature just starting to also let go and preparing to go within for the winter. But no matter what time of the year you do this practice, you can still do this practice even if it's not autumn where you are right now. Where I am, we are in winter at the moment, but even so, this practice is very valuable for the intention that we have set, for the intention of we want to be able to easier let go of stuff. Let the shoulder completely relax. The head is soft and heavy. For the last 3 breaths, if you want, you can take that arm that is over the head. If you want, you can take that up and behind your back. And that way, you're also going to get a little bit of an outer arm stretch on the second side. Just for a couple of breaths. And let's switch sides. We're going to just come up for a second, just enough to be able to switch, okay? So take the right arm underneath the left armpit, lower down, and make yourself comfortable. I'm not using any props here today, but you can use a blanket to pad your knees or underneath the thighs even. If the heels and the buttock don't touch, maybe you're a little bit in the air, you could slide something into that space. You could use support for the head, so feel free to use any kind of prop that you need, blankets, yoga blocks, bolsters, pillows. And once we're in the pose, we're just finding our breath again. And just become aware of that never-ending cycle of receiving and letting go, breath coming in, breath releasing. It's a natural cycle, it's just how it works. Receiving breath, letting go of breath. And like that, it's in all nature, all life. It's always about start and end, receiving, letting go. And our practice just can help us to be a little bit more in tune with that rhythm, going with that flow instead of fighting against it. Okay, let's slowly bring that hand back in, the left hand, push into that hand and bring yourself back up. Okay guys, so we are going to just stretch ourselves out a little bit, however you need, in order to prepare for a short but sweet, really sweet meditation. So you can prepare like me, a blanket to sit on. I'm going to sit on my blankie. Make yourself comfortable. Lift up your spine nice and tall. Ground your sits bones. Make sure there is even weight on both left and right side of your buttocks. Relax the shoulders, the neck, and just find your breath again. Heart lifting, shoulders sinking. So let's ground yourself with a few full and purposeful breaths. And it can help to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth a couple of times. An audible sigh on the out breath can help you to settle for the meditation. And when you're ready, normalize your breath and bring your attention to any areas of your body that feel tense. Breathe into those areas and soften them. Now notice any emotions that might start to surface. What do you feel? Fear, anger, or happiness, sadness, grief, or do you feel excitement, joy, positivity. Whatever you are feeling, these are all natural emotions that are normal and part of our human experience. Smile at them and feel how your heart sighs in relief. And now let's do a visualization. So mentally imagine yourself holding your hand out in front of you like you're catching a snowflake. You can do this literally or simply visualize the action in your mind's eye. Now gently, with love and compassion, place those difficult emotions or experiences that you want to let go of, that are the reason that you came to this practice today. Place those emotions or experiences in the palm of your hand, one at a time. Now imagine each emotion or experience is a feather, and set it free with your breath. Watch as the feathers float away effortlessly, easily. There is no resistance. Instead, there is a sense of peace. But what if you feel resistance? Simply question the reasons why you might be resisting. Breathe into the resistance as much as you can. And you can even speak to yourself and say, it's okay, I'm not ready yet. I will come back to this again and do my best to move through it. And from now on, whenever you see a feather, let it remind you that you are able to transform any uncomfortable emotions by simply smiling at them, and with a gentle exhale, set them free. And see them float away like the feathers. So let's take a big breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Bring your focus back to your body. Just feel the areas that are touching the ground. Feel the palms of your hands, your spine. Begin to gently move your fingers, your toes. And when you feel ready, blink your eyes open. So welcome back. And we are almost at the end of our practice. To finish and to let go of even more of weight off our shoulders, we're going to take one hand, cross it over, and you're just gonna press a few times into the shoulder and neck area, and then cross over, and just imagine that you're really just sweeping off any kind of tension, any kind of holding, anything that is weighing you down, just releasing that from your body, from your shoulders, from your heart. So let's do it on the other side. Massage, and then grab that weight on your shoulders and just off it goes. Goodbye. Ciao. Just rid yourself of everything. one more big stretch. Inhale up. And exhale, release your hands down to your heart. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm really grateful for you and for us practicing together. I hope that this class was of benefit for you. If it was, please leave me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. And until next time, have a beautiful day. Namaste.